हेलो फ्रेंड्स, सो लास्ट ईयर की तरह इस साल भी IIM रोहतक इज आउट विद सम वेरी यूजफुल डेटा दैट दे हैव डिस्प्लेड ऑन देयर ऑफिशियल वेबसाइट. नाउ फ्रेंड्स, दिस डेटा इज अबाउट द नंबर ऑफ एप्लीकेंट्स, the number of test takers who have written IPMAT in IPMAT Rohtak examination. Now with this data they have also released the minimum cutoff marks for each and every category of the students who have appeared in IPMAT Rohtak. Now against the minimum cutoff they have also mentioned the number of male candidates and the number of female candidates that they have selected, that they have called for personal interview from each and every category, right? So friends, let's look at this data, because this data is going to be obviously very important for the students who have taken IPMAT Rohtak this year, and this data is also going to be very important especially for the students who are appearing for IPMAT Rohtak examination in 2026 and 2027, of course, right? So let's have a look at each and every information. Now before I'll show you this data, I must tell you that this data is available on the official website. Last year भी ये data available था, exactly वही data इस साल भी available है. So I'll be giving you the comparison between 2025 and 2024 as well, right? But let's start with first of all the number of applicants this year. कितने लोगों ने application form fill किया था, right? So the applicants who were called for IPMAT test on 5th of May 2025, इतने students ने application fill किया था, right? So you can see that the total number is 14,226. इतने लोगों ने application form fill किया था, but these many candidates did not appear for the examination, right? So ये सारे के सारे candidates ने appear नहीं किया था. So on the next page you will see how many of the students actually took the test, right? So from general category, female and male, a total of 10,912 candidates applied for this examination. Similarly, the data for the other categories, and the total number of applicants this year was 14,226, out of which 12,883 students appeared for IPMAT Rohtak examination on 5th of May 2025. Now number of test takers has decreased as compared to last year. Last year, applicants who attended IPMAT test on May 18, 2024, 18th of May 2024 को test हुआ था last year. So 13,414 students, these many students actually attended the examination, which this year has become 12,883, right? Fine. So this is about the number of students who actually attended the IPMAT Rohtak examination. Ab the most important data, the cutoff, the minimum cutoff for every category, and the number of students who have been selected, who have been called for the personal interview from each and every category. Let's focus on this data, right? Now look at this column and look at this column. Now this data first of all is for year 2025, the present scenario, and this data at the bottom is for 2024. Let's have a quick comparison. Now if I look at the general category, the minimum cutoff marks this year is 381 marks, which earlier was only 301. Now this is as per the official website. तो this is not a made up data. मैंने कुछ नहीं किया है यहाँ पे, मैंने सिर्फ कट कॉपी पेस्ट किया है, right? Now similarly for EWS category, it is 331 marks, which earlier was 264 marks. For NCOBC, it is 297 against 225 the previous year. For SC, it is 230 this year, which was 167 the previous year, and similarly for the other categories. So we can say that like it's clearly visible from this data that the cutoffs have increased drastically, because obviously the paper was very easy as compared to the previous year, right? Also year on year students का intelligence level बढ़ता जा रहा है, right? They are using a lot of resources for their preparation. इसकी वजह से उनकी जो टेस्ट में परफॉर्मेंस है डेफिनेटली वो बेटर होती जा रही है. So there are two factors that work which decides the minimum cutoff. Obviously one factor is a constant factor. The intelligence level of the students is increasing, and the second factor is a variable factor. We can say that it totally depends on the level of difficulty. ये easy भी हो सकता है, difficult भी हो सकता है, right? Now based on, like if you look at this year, based on this minimum cutoffs, from the general category a total of 454 students have been shortlisted, right? So these many students have met the minimum cutoff, met the criteria. EWS 88 students, NC OBC 244 students, SC and ST 136 and 69 respectively, and from DAP category these many candidates have met the minimum cutoff, right? Now a total of 1013 candidates have met this criteria, have met the minimum cutoff that is mentioned here against each and every category, which earlier was 831. So last year 831 students met the minimum cutoff, right? Okay, so certainly this number has increased from the previous year. Now, so on the basis of all these things, we can say that these many candidates are shortlisted for the personal interview. This year, a total of 1013 against the previous year, which was 831, right? You can see that from general category, 454 students are called for personal interview. From EWS 88, NC OBC 244, SC 136, ST 69, and DAP category 22 candidates are shortlisted for the personal interview, right? So friends, the most important thing for all of you is this number that you can target, right? Also the students who every time ask about the cutoffs. So अभी 2026 के students हैं, वो मुझसे पूछते हैं कि सर cutoff कितना होगा IPMAT रोहतक 2026 का, or be it any other examination. So friends, before the examination nobody can predict the cutoff, because see how drastically the cutoff changes. 2024 for general category it was 301, and 2025 का पेपर क्योंकि easy आ गया था, the cutoff became 381, an increase of 80 marks, right? So obviously friends, keep all these criteria in your mind and start with your preparation for IPMAT Rohtak or the other examinations like IPMAT Indore or GPMAT. All the very best to all of you.